Well, hello friends, my name's Antonio and welcome to Back at the Ranch. And I've been wanting to do some cooking for you guys for a while and just haven't got around to it. And mom and dad are here, they're actually watching TV. I made them mute it so I could do this for you guys. But check this out, we got the back strap. If you haven't seen where we got this back strap from, you can click on this video right here and see exactly where it came from, because it came from Back at the Ranch. So let me show you the ingredients that we got here. So in a nutshell, we've got the back strap, we got some potatoes, we've got tomatoes, we've got carrots, got some nice peppers as well. They're a little bit dry, but it's all right, it'll make it work. And we've got some garlic as well. And we got grandpa's knife. So when I say grandpa, my grandpa, so not grandpa that's sitting here, but grandpa. So basically my grandfather put this knife together many years ago, and I believe that's made from a leaf spring. And of course we've got that deer antler on there. So not professionally made, but man, it's lasted a long time and it works. So let's get this started. Okay, so keep in mind, I am not a professional chef. Ow, and I just kicked the refrigerator with my foot, that hurt. But I know how to do what I know how to do. So we are gonna make this carne guisada basically today, and all we're going to be doing here is dicing up the back strap to nice little half-inch size chunks basically. Some people might be looking at this and carne guisada with back strap, like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to make, because I'm craving some carne guisada tacos. So I'm going to cut this up. Once it's all cut up into pieces like this, we're basically going to cube it up, is all it is. So just like so. And then across, there we go. So I'm going to cut all this up about this size right here, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, there we got that back strap nice and chopped up pretty even. You want to make sure that each piece is about the same size. You know, it doesn't matter if some are a little bit bigger than others, but the more even the better. And yeah, man, look at that. That is the most lean meat you're gonna get anywhere. Very little to no fat. Anything you see on there is just little pieces I didn't take off. But we're gonna do pretty much the same thing with the rest of the ingredients. Chop them up, but maybe a little bit bigger than what you see here. But man, look at that. I feel like I could almost eat that just the way it is. It looks so good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and chop up these peppers, these chiles. This is chile de árbol, or some call it cayenne pepper. Just chop this up finely right here. Alright, throw that into another. Alright, kind of the same thing with the garlic. Put that into the same bowl. We've got the carrots. I'm even gonna peel the carrots just to get rid of a little bit of that dirt and stuff that's on it, but that's optional. Don't necessarily need to peel the skin off, but we're doing that today. You can add as much carrot, potatoes, vegetables, anything else that you want. Normally I would add onions as well, but I don't have any, so no onions today. That's going to the trash. And this simply just chop it up right here. Go. Throw that to the, oops, I was going to go into another bowl, but I already did that, so we'll just throw it in there. So this one's a little bit thicker, so I'm going to go down the middle first. Maybe down the middle again. I think we're good there. Potatoes, I think I'll go skin on. I already did rinse these. Don't want to cut them too thin because they will get very soft if you do. Put that to the other bowl. And last but not least, we've got tomatoes. So cut off the end of the tomato. That side's good. So tomato I will be putting in early, so it doesn't matter if you cut this small or big. It's going to fall apart either way. So I like to chop it up a little bit. I'm going to throw this over here with the meat, because I will throw it in as it's browning. So I do have 2 more potatoes that I need to cut, but I'll do those off camera so you guys don't have to watch that. Looks like Grandpa's knife needs a little sharpening. Alright, let's go over to the stove. So okay, didn't show you all the ingredients. We have a few other things over here. So we do have extra virgin olive oil, which that's going to be basil flavored. A little bit of onion powder since I don't have onion. Garlic powder, which I could probably omit because I am throwing garlic in there. Little Uncle Chris gourmet steak seasoning, and some Himalayan salt to salt it up a little bit. And we'll be using some flour to thicken it up as well. Get started, start that fire. Throw in the oil. There you go. And that's actually done. There's no more oil in that, so time to buy some more. Good stuff, by the way. And let that oil heat up a little bit, and I'll be right back. All right, now that we've got this hot, and I want to turn the fan on, but if I do, you guys won't be able to hear me talk, so I'm gonna power through the smoke a little bit here. But I'm gonna throw in the tomatoes and the meat at the same time. And what we're gonna do is pretty much just brown this meat. I did turn it to low, by the way, because I don't need it to cook very fast. I just want to get that oil hot. There we go. It's gonna cool down. I'll turn it up a little bit. There we go. And while that's browning, I am going to throw in a little bit of this salt. A little bit of that garlic powder. A little bit of the onion powder. And some Uncle Chris steak. So I'm going to let this brown up a little bit, and after it's brown I'll be adding the pepper and whole garlic. Let that sit for a while. Okay, so you do want to check this every few minutes, make sure that it's browning well, not burning, not dry at the bottom, just stir it around a bit, and then we're just looking for a nice brown, which we're almost there. I'll turn it down a little bit and let it brown a little bit more. Okay, it's been browning a few more minutes. Let's check it out. Ooh, looking good, releasing the natural juices. I have not added water or anything. That is all from the meat. I've stirred it twice since the last time, so just stir it every now and then. Make sure you're not drying out. Make sure everything's cooking well. Let that sit a few more minutes. All right, so that's getting good, getting bubbly there. So I am going to throw in at this point, put this on simmer. Got the garlic and peppers right there. I did get the carrots out of there, so I had to move them over to the other bowl because we don't want them in there just yet. So let's put this in, let that flavor start to marinate. And I'm gonna let this simmer a little bit more until that broth kind of starts to dry out a little bit. Then I'll be adding actually some chicken broth. If you don't have chicken broth, you can use water, you can use beef broth, anything else. But deer is a pretty lean meat, so it's good to add some other type of flavor to it, right? So because it doesn't release a lot of fat, that's what we're saying here. So that's looking good. Let's let that sit for a few more minutes. All right, let's see how we're looking here. And I apologize for the shaky video. I'm doing this all by myself. I asked my mom if she wanted to be my cameraman. She's like, I don't know how to do that. So doing it by myself, one-handed. But let's check it out here. So this is looking good. Still have a lot of the natural broth in there. So once this gets a little lower, we are gonna be adding the flour to it and brown the flour in here with the meat before we add the broth. But I think what I'm gonna do, and only because I have them here, we were actually eating rice and fish last night and we cut up some limes and they're starting to get dry. Let's throw a little lime juice in there, because why not, right? Just a few drops. It's not a lot. I've got about 3/4 of a lime, and it's drying out. And here's the last of it. There we go, and we'll stir that up a little bit. It's just not all in one spot. Oh wow, that brought the smell out even more. It already smelled good, and I added that lime, and it just exploded with scent. So. All right, let's let that sit a few more minutes. All right, time for the next step. So let's check it out here. Looking good. That broth is starting to evaporate. I did turn up the heat, by the way, because it did release a lot of juices, more than I thought it was. And we need that to evaporate a bit. Thicken up is really what we're trying to do. So what I'll be doing here is just taking a tablespoon, right? Teaspoon, tablespoon, all-purpose flour. Just take about that much and sprinkle it in there. And maybe a little more. Boom, there you go. And once that's in there, all you need to do is just, work it in good. And all we're doing is basically making a gravy. You're gonna thicken that up. Once that thickens up and browns a bit, then we'll be adding in the chicken broth. And we're gonna turn it really low. Let it simmer for a good 30-40 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes. And for the last 10 minutes, and we'll put the potatoes in and the carrots. So I'm going to be turning that and brown it up a little bit, and I'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. All right, I've been stirring this for a couple of minutes now, and as you can see, it is starting to get really thick. I did turn up the heat just a little bit, so you just don't want it to burn, right? Just keep an eye on it, keep it moving, and we're actually at a pretty good spot here. Nice and brown, thick like a gravy. Let's go ahead and add that chicken broth at this point. So we're gonna take the chicken broth and add, I don't know, about a cup, maybe 2. It's gonna vary depending on how much meat you've got in it, right? So I'll show you here in a second. I'm thinking about maybe a cup. Say, yeah, I did about that much right there. So notice, of course, it stopped boiling at this point. I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit, bring it to a boil. Once it starts boiling, I'm going to turn it down to a simmer. We're going to let that simmer for a good 30 minutes. Then we'll be adding in the rest of the ingredients. All right, let's let it boil. Okay, so while we wait for that to come back up to temperature, you guys remember my rice and fish video. This is how we track time. I'm gonna drink about half of this, and that should be about ready for the next step. All right, let's check on it. It's been a few minutes, and it's boiling. So now we're just gonna put this down to a simmer. You set a timer for 30 minutes. Keep an eye on it though. You want to make sure it doesn't evaporate and dry out. So there should be broth in there the whole time that it's simmering. And after about 30 minutes, we will be adding the potatoes and corn. Corn? No. After about 30 minutes, we'll be adding the potatoes and carrots. So I'm hungry. Okay, so I said 30 minutes. It's been about 20 more or less. I took a little piece of meat out and tasted it. It's already getting tender, so I don't want it to fall apart. Venison is a very delicate meat. If this was a rump or roast or something else that was chopped up, beef, then maybe you leave it the full 30 minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and add potatoes and carrots at this point. And just be careful when you do it. It doesn't splash back at you. Let's do it nice and slow. The potatoes and carrots, you basically want to make sure that they are fully submerged. So you notice that they are not fully submerged. So just stir it around a little bit. I might actually add a little bit more broth just so that the, no, actually this is good. I was thinking more broth so that we could submerge it fully, but I'm just gonna steam this for a good 10 to 15 minutes. I'll be checking on it every now and then just to see how the potatoes are doing, because the meat's pretty much done. The, what? Yeah, it's on. Now you got me doubting myself. My mom's asking, is it on? Making gestures, and yeah, we were recording. I'm gonna leave that in there so she'll know not to bug me next time. No, thanks for checking, because I've done that before where I'm talking and it's not on. So anyway, we're gonna let this sit on a simmer for a good 10-15 minutes, and at this point all I'm doing is coming back to check for doneness on the potatoes and the carrots. And I do like my carrots a little bit crunchy, so that's why I put them at the same time. Otherwise you would want to put your carrots in at least 5 to 10 minutes before the potatoes. So it's on a simmer, it's still on. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. All right, it's been a good 15 minutes. Let me check the doneness of the papas, the potatoes. And basically what we're doing here just to check the doneness is, you know, take your spoon or whatever utensil you're using, grab one and just see if you can cut through it and how easily you can cut through it. So in this case, very easily. So that potato is pretty much done. We know the meat's cooked. The I'm gonna stir this up a little bit. The carrots, I keep wanting to say corn. No corn today. But the carrots, of course, need a little bit more. But at this point, I'm just going to shut that off and let it sit for a good 5 to 10 minutes, let it cool off. It's still going to be cooking. Let me heat up some tortillas, and we'll see you at the table. Once those are done, I'm going to serve a little bit of the venison we'll be sitting down to enjoy that. Let you know what we think about it. So, my mom taught me how to cook. She's sitting back there. You see her? Say hi, Mom. Say hi. Hi. So she taught me how to cook, basically, and I learned how to make guisados from her. And yeah, she made a few comments like, "Did you do this? Did you do that?" I did it. I did it my way, but I did it. So we'll see if she likes it or not. Let's head over to the table. All right, let's serve ourselves a little bit of venison here. Mom doesn't eat a lot at night, so she wants 1 scoop. Dad eats a little bit more, so he wants 2 scoops. And I eat a little bit more than both of them, so I want 3 scoops. Mom's laughing over there, like, he's crazy. He's crazy. I want more meat. Where's the meat? Don't put too many potatoes in here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Alright, let's go see how it tastes. Alright, well, it's taco time. We got the tortillas right there. Mom and Dad are ready, so Mom, you got the 1 scoop. Dad, you got the 2 scoops. And I've got the 3 scoops.
We're gonna scoop her all up.
I'm gonna scoop it all up. So, Mom, I want you to go first, and you tell me what you think.
I want to taste the meat first.
The meat first. That's the best part.
Yeah.
¿Es de venado?
Es de venado, del rancho.
Órale.
Chili.
I don't have chili beans.
I'm just joking. You know.
I didn't put you in.
I can't. It's good.
It's good, I read that.
It's super good.
Sí es. My biggest critics. Good.
Good.
Alright, we got the seal of approval. I definitely like it, so thanks for hanging out, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next time back at the ranch.
Yeah. Perfect.